Dear Harstem, today I encountered a Zerg that went 3 hatch before even getting a pool. After scouting I cancelled my Nexus and decided to all in. However, his overlord watched me put down 3 gates, so I did a weird 3 gate rush, then Nexus. It's not a build. Regardless, I put on heavy pressure, destroying his army and tech buildings, hit after hit after hit. As his unit lost step doubles mine, and I move up to 4, to 5, almost 6 base, which is 5. That's already almost 6. There's nothing in between 5 and almost 6. No, whatever. Versus his 2.5. He starts producing lurkers, in which I have 0 answer for, due to lack of detection. However, after quickly popping out some ops, I still can't touch him. Sure, my upgrades were non-existent, but I didn't invest, because he was constantly on death's door, and he killed my forges. Zerg's ability to mass produce workers / units on less bases is simply Imba, or ... Do I suck? Name Zooey. Race Protoss. League Diamond. And last but not least, he is an American. So from the American server, replay is titled Zerg is Imba. Let's open up this bad boy. So we have top right, Zooey. The man, the myth, the legend. He says lurkers. No, he didn't say lurkers are Imba. He said he lost the lurkers. What he said, however, is that it is Imba that Zerg can produce infinite units from 2.5 base. He also mentioned that his opponent was doubling his unit loss step. I don't quite understand how I can square these two things, but I'm looking forward to this game. I really am looking forward to this game. Usually when people talk about the power of Zerg production, they talk about them having too many hatcheries and just being able to just drone up and with larva just pop out units whenever they want. But this guy is complaining about how effective the Zerg army can be off of 2.5 bases while bragging about having better units loss step. So these, in my mind, are two claims that completely contradict each other, inherently. But Zooey figured out a way in which these two worlds don't collide, but they can coexist peacefully. And that is something that I would like to see. So here we are, Zooey versus Daver on the American server. Zooey puts a second chrono boost on workers, then doesn't use it. It's one of my all-time favorites. First of all, the second chrono boost before Nexus is not a thing. And if you are gonna do it, at least build your 20th probe in time. Alright, buddy? Just write it down real quick in your notebook. Gets a core before Nexus. Okay, then throws down a Nexus himself. Core before Nexus is very popular if you're playing against pool first. But my man hasn't even scouted a pool yet. Now, according to him, he's gonna cancel his Nexus here and then add 2 more gateways. Now, this makes no sense. The reason why this makes no sense is because Zerg always gets 3 hatcheries. They always do. By the timing you're hitting with a 3-gate attack, the triple hatch will already have kicked in. The weakness of triple hatch before pool is against things like a single adept chronoed out. Because you don't have enough queens to fight them, basically. Your links might be a little bit late. Like, these are the things that are good against it. Triple hatch before pool isn't even great economically for Zerg. A lot of people actually believe it's worse for Zerg, and thus they don't play it, because it doesn't serve a big purpose at all. He even blocked the first base, and he forced the Zerg to expand over here. Now, if he just sends the first adept to this base, look at that, this queen isn't even going to be done yet. And he's already like 30 seconds too late with his adept from a core first. A core first adept, nah, it's gonna hit at around like what, 340, 335. Then he goes into the natural rather than going into where the drones are going to be, which is this base. Could have checked that with a probe as well, of course. He finishes the shade. Doesn't kite with the adept. No, he should be shading out. That was some nice kiting. That was nice. Shade out, keep kiting, shade out, keep kiting, shade out, keep kiting. Well, He's gonna lose the adept now. Was not the worst trade though if he hadn't lost it, and his opponent built 12 workers. The problem is that he cancelled his nexus, so his nexus is delayed. These 2 extra gates have done nothing whatsoever yet. He could have built this amount of units from a single gate, and then his nexus would have been done a long time ago already. He would have been up 5 workers at this point. Usually around this time you have like 9 to 10 workers here already on your natural, and you're busy taking your 3rd base. And really all he got so far that inflicted damage on his opponent was a single adept, which you could have gotten from a single gate as well. So I agree with him when he said this is not a build. I have a feeling I'm not gonna agree with a lot else in his email, but he was right when he called his own build not a build. It's slightly oversaturated in the main, by the way. I want to say slightly oversaturated. I mean, 7 too many workers here. He's not saturating his gas. He's not producing any workers. And actually know what he is doing. One of my favorite things in StarCraft is checking out what people are doing when nothing is happening. And in this case, I have absolutely no clue. Selecting his gateways. Okay, warps him in. Wait, am I actually on his vision? He's just... Okay, yeah. I was on his vision. He just wasn't moving the camera for this long. Okay, he's getting charge. Right now sees the extreme oversaturation in his main base. Starts rallying into his natural. Has a 3rd gas. Even though he's researching charge and only warps in zealots. 5 extra probes from your main base should be sent to your natural right now for more optimal saturation. Continuous worker production is of the essence. Very, very important. And you don't need this much gas when you're playing pure zealot builds or builds mainly focused around zealots, which definitely is the case. It's just going to be floating a lot of gas, and rather than getting that extra assimilator, perhaps you could have gotten an extra gateway or something like a robotics facility to reinforce quicker with a prism, for example. Staying at home, got supply blocked. You love to see it. Oh, here comes the transfer. Nice. Very timely. Only took him 2 minutes. And I guess we're going to see the push soon. That will... What did he say? That will put the Zerg on death's door. I never heard that before, but I kind of like that. Sounds nice. Like that type of speech. Puts him on death's door. So that's nice. Okay, he's gonna move out here. It's a bunch of zealots. His opponent has a bunch of workers. Not a whole lot of units. Better upgrades though for the Zerg. Look at that. Already getting 1-1. +1 melee and +1 range. A couple of roaches on the way. This is the 4th base gonna get taken out. This is an extremely late push, by the way. 6 minutes with this. It's not very good. It's not a very good timing. There's no reinforcements. He's only on 5 gates. There's no upgrades behind this. Like, you could hit way harder, way faster with this. Trust me. Could probably hit at like 440 with something like this, or like 450. This amount of zealots, couple of stalkers. It's actually just winning the game, though. Just the game actually is kind of over, especially if he would have had reinforcements or would have sent these across the map. Another thing you could do is force field this area, then move towards the 3rd base to kill all of these workers. Another thing you can do is, while roaches are killing your zealots, is to start focusing the Evo chambers with parts of your army. So right now we see, what is that? Evo chamber I believe is 900 HP. So he did about, what, 450 on this. Is it 200 on this? 300 on this. I can't count. So he did about 800 damage on Evo chambers. Now, a roach is 145 HP. So that would be about, what, 6 roaches, I guess? 5 to 6 roaches of damage that he put into this Evo chambers instead. And add on the snowball effect of losing roaches faster, you could see that this push had a lot more potential. Then, what, we add 4 gateways? Okay, so fill his push, but he's still kind of okay, right? Worker count's pretty equal. Just the upgrades of his opponent are a lot better. Okay, he's gonna go again. Still not quite realizing that perhaps having close by reinforcements might be valuable. Even just a pylon with like a gateway would be sick, you know? Now everything needs to walk so far. He's adding the 4 gateways as well. Like, this is the type of timing that makes no sense. Like, absolutely no sense. It's like starting a war after you just invested your entire economy in building more schools in your country. Like, he just built, what, 4 gateways, started Blink, and started a 3rd Nexus. Okay? 600 minerals, 400 minerals, 150 minerals. It's like 1150 minerals, a bunch of gas. None of that is invested in this army right now. And none of that is going to help in this attack. Can you imagine this attack with 1200 minerals more of units? I can imagine that. There would be 12 more zealots. So 100 to 1 zealot. So it's always very easy math for someone like me who didn't finish elementary school. It's very nice of Blizzard to do these nice big round numbers. 12 more zealots in this army would make this 23 zealots, 2 archons and 1 stalker against 17 roaches. That would have been an extremely big win for the Protoss, okay? But instead he's investing in things that will feel good for him, right? He'll be like, oh, like, look at me, I'm macroing behind this, good infrastructure, I can spend my money. But it didn't at all assist him in this push. This push benefited 0 from that, especially because he's keeping these units at home. I don't like recommending people to use F2, but when this type of stuff happens, the all army hotkey is so useful because these guys are just chilling. They're just chilling. You could warp in the next warp in already as well. Look at this. And he's still almost winning these fights, which is what's messing me up even more. I also am not really feeling like he's dealing hit after hit, blow after blow, or whatever he said. It's like he traded with his opponent, and he traded well, okay? I'm gonna give him that. But his opponent was ahead in workers the entire time, and thus in eco. Look, his opponent is still mining more, and his opponent has been up in upgrades, is getting better tech right now. Like, he hasn't been doing any hits. He's been trading army while being behind in eco. His opponent is on 4 base, he's on 2.5 base, which is weird because, yeah, okay, he's extremely oversaturated. I'm looking at the worker count, I'm like 64. That means this base should be saturated and these gases should be saturated. But instead what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing 10 workers here, some slight cases of oversaturation here. My man Zui's knowledge of efficiency, all of the knowledge he has on the subject, could probably be put on the back of a stamp. Like, it's actually pathetic. Look, here we go again. Look at this. These archons. Making sure that this hatchery goes to half. Look at this. If he gets the hatchery with this, I'm actually gonna be pissed. Because this is not how your archons should be used. Okay, halfway through he decides it's not worth it anymore. How much damage wasted? Like 1k damage wasted. Wait, how many HP does hatchery? Yeah, 1500. Thank God I was right. Been playing this game for 11 years. Don't even know for sure what amount of HP and hatchery has, but 1500 was correct. Look at that. He literally just dealt 1000 damage with these archons. And archons have splash, don't forget. He could have used that to splash. 1000 damage. He just wasted. It's unbelievable. Did kill a lot of workers this time around though. Insanely far ahead at this point when it comes to eco. Not so far ahead when it comes to army. Actually has a pretty small army. Luckily his opponent is giving away a couple of units. Is there storm yet? No storm. He's getting double forge. To the left side here. Okay, interesting. 11 minutes in game, double forge. His opponent now is on 2.5 bases. And he is going from 4. Soon we'll see 5. And then almost 6. So I think he's just going to stay on 5 base forever. This is beautiful. 129 supply. No upgrades. No real vision of the opponent either. His opponent is setting up for a desperation attack. 38 workers, doubling the economy every minute that goes by. He just doubles the money of what his opponent made in that minute. Look at this. The supply difference already. How is it a good idea to attack right now? It's not. It's not a good idea to attack right now. Takes out this base as well. The funny thing is that he could be mining so much more. Sure, he's on 4 base, but he has freaking 12 too many workers over here. He's what? 11 too many workers on here. He's barely mining this gas. He's already so rich. He's already outmining his opponent so much. And he still could be doing more if he just transferred workers. Oh! Hamster. Ding, 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 ding. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner among us. Our first 3 Nexi have 200 energy. None of the Chrono Boosts have been used in over 4 minutes. Woo! Big congratulations to the winner. Your big prize is going to be immortalized in an IOTIS episode. And on top of that, every ladder opponent you will play against who recognizes your name will make a joke about your lack of Chrono Boost usage. Congratulations to Zooey. Well, wasn't that exciting? Even though he's saving all of his Chrono Boost, and he's completely oversaturated, he's up 20 supply, he has an army that's pretty massive, he's outmining his opponent. These things went down at 10, by the way. Let's not forget about that. These things went down at 10. He could have already finished 1-1 if he would have started 1-1 the moment they finished. Let's pretend that didn't happen, though. Let's just pretend. Not aware of his opponent's army. I think he might know that there's lurkers, but I'm not sure if he knows yet. I think he's seen it, but I'm not sure if he's seen it, you know? If he truly ate the information, you know? He digested the information. He already ate it, but he didn't digest it yet. And that's the most important thing, the digestion. If something goes wrong there, you're gonna be in trouble. Trust me on that. Just gonna get a Dark Shrine. Okay, Storm. Always smart when behind Dark Shrine, when equal Dark Shrine. And infamously said as well, when ahead Dark Shrine. So Zooey definitely sticking to the rules here. Okay. Decides it's time to kill that base, but not really. Walks up here. Okay, he sees lurkers. Okay, he said now he truly has seen lurkers. He's seen the spikes hit his units. He moved out of it, so I know that he's aware of it. Let's take a look at the reaction time that it takes for him. Does he even have a robo? Okay, he has no robo. For him to even start a robo, what was it? 1330. You know what? We'll give him 1345. Oh, well, and if I gave him 1345, it took him only 2 seconds. Back to 1330, boys. Remove the lame reverse effect. I will end you, hamster. Unbelievable. 13 overlords? Huh. There's like a dinner date set up, like speed dating, and he needs more people in there or something like that. Baneling Nest on the way right now. Okay. The upgrades are actually looking kind of spicy on the side of the Protoss. You like to see it. 2, 1, 2. Or of the Zerg, sorry. The Protoss getting 1-1. 14 minutes in game. 4 minutes after he started the Forges. Has seen Lurkers. Okay. I wonder if he's gonna attack into Lurkers one more time or what the plan is. He has Storm. He's getting 9 DTs right now. Okay. Can we get a couple of Storms? Why did he run from the Hydras? Oh my god, he has so much money. You think he's gonna spend the money? On anything? What's his gateway count? It's 9 gateways. Could probably add 10 and still be fine. Okay, these guys. Oh, Observer starts. Nice, nice. Gets caught completely out of position. Also nice. Where's the DTs? Snipe the overseer. Snipe the overs. Oh, but the lurkers, they just kill the DTs anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty terrible idea. Imagine if you would have sent the DTs to the other side of the map, what they could have done. Right now, the amount of defensive units is... Well, there's a Hydra there. 2 Queens. Very close to 0. And now these DTs defensively are also doing something. That's nice. 5 more Overseers on the way. They're gonna take a while. Okay. He's using the DTs wisely. I like it. Perhaps start tacking into something as well. Like, he has the key to victory here and it's in the bank. He actually has the key to victory and it's in the bank. I don't understand what he's doing. Why isn't he just building gateways or adding a robo-bay for disruptors? Disruptors are such a good counter to this. You can also just make infinite zealots and get immortals. Did he lose his upgrades before they finished? Probably could rebuild the forges. I mean, with the speed that he starts research though. Probably will take another 10 minutes before 1-1 is finished. Not sure about moving into this. His opponent does have way better upgrades, no? Look at the money though. This is like if you're extremely sick and in order to get treated, you need to pay the doctor like 5k. And in your bank account, you literally have 5 million, except you forgot your PIN code and you can't access it. I feel like that's what's happening here. He's just not accessing his bank. He literally lost his card. And his ID card. And he doesn't know where his bank office is. And he doesn't know how to use a phone. That's what this game is like. He has so much cash. And his response is to build another... Oh, this is almost sixth. Look, this makes sense. Okay, I think I understand it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this base would have been alive, there would have been 6. So it's almost 6. This is different than 5. Mystery solved. Oh. Good storms. Actually good storms too. Oh, those are really good storms actually. These are fantastic storms. That was really nice. That was great. That actually was very, very well done. These storms were good. It says, okay, these storms did a lot of damage. I know my opponent still has 4 overseers, because I see them with my observers. You know what would be a good idea? Rather than adding a couple of Templar again, how about I warp in 4 ETs? Oh, that seems smart. It's actually going to be able to clean this army as well. Look at the money, 5k in the bank. That's 50 zealots. 50 zealots, guys. Can you imagine what 50 zealots would do in this army? 6 lurkers, 3 hydras and 32 links against 50 zealots. Even with the upgrades that we're currently at, which is 2-2-1, 2 range attack and 1 carapace and 2 melee attack, I still think the 50 zealot would be able to win. Unless you come in a line and you hold position in a line, like in formation, you know? Which wouldn't even surprise me too much if Zooey would do that at this point. Look at this, 6 lurks just going ham. It's getting bailing speed, 5 more overseers, just in case another single DT shows up. I feel like overlord speed would be good. Yes, getting so many upgrades. This guy also hasn't been on 2.5 bases at all. Like, he's actually been on like decent base count, just low drone count. Unit loss tab is even. So literally the only thing that matters is that he has a massive bank. Oh, but this is the 6th. This is the almost 7 then. Or is this almost 6? He tried to get a 6th, but it didn't finish. That makes even more sense. I was losing all of his observers. Like, oh, freaking Lurker, so broken. I fly my observers straight into hydras and... Okay, I take back what I said earlier. Maybe the 3 hydras would have been able to snipe an observer, even if there were 50 zealots. Why does he keep adding on stalkers? Another quick tip, by the way. If you're really struggling with lurkers, and you have 3k in the bank, what you also could do is you can counterattack. Because lurkers are not good when they're not burrowed. So if you force the lurkers to move constantly and you just run away and attack bases of your opponent, that's real nice. What's less nice is if you're just constantly running away from them while you're losing a base. You could be doing this on the other side of the map, where he's constantly trying to defend his bases and you're constantly trying to attack into them, and you just run away once you see the lurker spines. That's an advanced setup though. It's an advanced trick. You need to buy the course on my website right now with code Harstem for 35% off. www.harstem.com for my advanced trick guide. It's a single storm here. Single observer. That observer's gonna get sniped, isn't it? Again, no vision. Gosh darn it. His opponent's just mining fine. He's actually out-mining him right now. Units lost. Opponent's also ahead by 6k. Honestly, I feel like he lied a little bit in his imbalanced complaint form. No? Or did he mean with the double the units lost, just the first attack? In that case, he didn't lie. But he just doesn't have observers. Like, he has no detection. Like, just because you really want to see the lurkers doesn't mean you're gonna see them. Like, you need an observer. This is just one of these things, you know? This guy would have been the world's worst inventor. Just thinking that if you just hope long enough that it will happen. If we had to trust on this guy to create our first plane, like air flight, like commercial airlines definitely would not be a thing. Or any type of airlines wouldn't be a thing. Yeah, it just walks in. Oh, still no detection. Let me try to bump into it one more time. He forgets GG. Well, just leaves without GG as well. Zooey. This wasn't it, my friend. This wasn't it. I'm not entirely sure what you're gonna get. I'm gonna leave that to the new reporter. Joe? Are you there, Joe? Joe? Hello? All he does is eat vegetables. Never ready for work. Joe, you're fired. All right, I'll have to do it then, I guess. So, what do we want? 3 things. We'll judge you on 3 things here. Build order, macro, so your money spending habits, and last but not least, let's just do vision / detection. Detection is part of vision, right? Let's start with the first one, build order. You open with something I've never seen before. You cancel your nexus to go 3 gate, but then you don't use the 3 gate. You just have them, then you get your nexus again. It makes absolutely no sense. Your entire early game was pretty hot garbage. You can literally just follow any guide, any build order, and you're gonna get more units. You're gonna get better units and a better eco. I'm pretty sure I could hit at the timing that you hit, but have like an extra base and 30 extra probes. So for the build order, you're gonna get a big fat boom. No stamp. You suck. Your build order sucks. Second, your money spending. Well, as you were saving more than the average person on a Swiss bank, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say, well, your money spending habits also weren't great. You were constantly floating 5k, somewhere between 4 and 5k. It just wasn't looking tight, my friend. It wasn't looking tight, okay? Money spending, boom. Big suck. First one was a medium suck. Medium suck, big suck. When it came to vision, I don't actually think you once managed to get any vision on the map. You were constantly out of observers. You were constantly out of position. I don't think you were aware of what's happening as well at all. You're a bit like a mole, but at least moles have good other senses, you know? I think they feel with their nose or something like that. Because they're also underground, but they can't see. Moles are blind. So that's why they look a little bit odd as well. A blind animal. Bats also are blind, but bats have echolocation. Did you know that echolocation first got denied that it existed by, I believe, the US military? Because they couldn't believe that an animal could have such a sophisticated technology that it took for humans so long to invent. That might be a lie, but could also be a fact. Wait, I owe this. Crab detection, no bat echolocation, blind as a mole. Big suck. What do we get if we put a small suck, a medium suck, and a big suck together? You suck. Just in general. It sucked. You weren't good. My friend, Zerk isn't broken. 2.5 base Zerk isn't broken. You just suck. You're gonna have to live with it. Alright. That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Is It Imba or Do I Suck? If you're sad that I fired Joe, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you think that firing Joe was a good call. That improved this segment. Bye bye.